The other thing I learned was that 90% of passengers coming to Ireland now are vaccinated. But of course they are. I mean, there's a considerable disincentive to anybody else coming to Ireland, because 90% of the population of Europe is not vaccinated, nowhere near. We have the highest vaccination rate in Europe. It's great. But, you know, the obvious corollary to that is that every other country in Europe has a lower vaccination rate. So if we want them to come, we have to accommodate them. And we're not accommodating them because we're almost unique in having this PCR test. Now, it's very hard to get a PCR test in most countries because they only use them to confirm a clinical diagnosis. So you have to go among sick people who have COVID to get this PCR test to come to Ireland or even to return to Ireland. But of course, it's not about keeping Ireland safe. It's about a disincentive to people, Irish people travelling abroad, and the collateral damage are tourists who want to come here. But money doesn't matter anymore in this brave new future that we have created. You know, we can live off borrowed money, I think, is it? Indefinitely. So where is the antigen test? Because we heard an awful lot about a project, an antigen test were going to be introduced. But where is it? Because as recently as about 2 hours ago, Padraig O'Cada, the new chair of the Shannon Group, was in the Transport Committee, and he talked about how essential it is to get in line with the rest of Europe if we want to rejuvenate, revitalise the tourism sector and those who depend on it. So I just want clarity on that, because it is just about, it's not about keeping Ireland safe, it's about a disincentive, just as our whole indoor hospitality thing was not about making things safer, it was to coerce people. Because if it was about keeping people safer, we would have had antigen tests and PCR tests as well. We would have accepted the whole EU digital pass rather than just the part of it that we could use to coerce people. Just as mandatory hotel quarantine was introduced, what a farce. I mean, there was a statement last week about its successful conclusion that 593 cases were detected. But while it was in being, and we'll find out in the goodness of time how many millions of euros it cost to say, but while it was the 593 were being detected, there were 151,350 cases in Ireland detected. So it's a drop in the ocean, or 0.39% to be precise.